Shop Talk is filmed at 1009 Kingston Road in Toronto.
The first time I heard of Nipsey, I listened to Slauson Boy Volume 1. Okay, the music is what got me, but his person, his soul, his message is what kept me. Everybody needs to put respect on Nipsey's name. He's not just a rapper. This guy's a mogul, okay? Live for a movement. You know what I'm saying? He showed us that the celebrity is not what it is. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's complaining about paparazzi this. No, Nipsey wasn't with. He was about his message. He was about his vision. He was putting his on. He was letting you guys know that just because you come up from a neighborhood where you don't have many opportunities and education, that doesn't mean you're dumb. You can take the ownership, put the onus on yourself, and learn yourself. He told black people that you can own. You're not about to be buying labels and luxury brands and just giving money to all these people who don't really with us. You feel me? Okay, Nipsey was a fucking mogul. I fucking love this man. Like, this shit hurt my fucking heart.
Nipsey was a big influence both in my life. His music got me through a lot of tough times.
Come on.
A lot of tough times. But yeah, rest in peace, Nipsey.
How did you feel about the conspiracy theories that started right away? Like just the connection to Dr. Sebi? Were you upset by that? Do you believe that's the connection? Like,
I in my heart, I already knew it didn't really have anything to do with that because he didn't even make the documentary yet. He was in the works of making it.
Yeah.
So they were also saying that it might have been gang related and da 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 da. I was leaning more towards that more than a conspiracy because of where he's from. But yeah, I didn't think there was any kind of conspiracy involved.
Pete, happy birthday.
Thank you.
How was it when you heard about Nipsey and like what did you know about Nipsey?
It was sad. I've been following him for a long time.
Come on.
Yeah, I actually have every music he's ever made.
Yeah, me too.
I've had it from time.
Yeah.
It's what I listen to.
Come on.
When I'm not listening to reggae,
yeah,
I'm listening to Nipsey Hussle or Currency.
Nipsey Hussle's actually on both of our ringtones, which is funny. Because I have 7 days a week.
Yeah.
And I forget what
No Mercy.
Yeah, No Mercy. It's actually funny, but yeah, long live Nip, man. It's Nipsey for the whole month. You're not a real fan if you don't have enough music from Nipsey for the whole month.
Honestly.
Nothing about a week or nothing like that. Not Nipsey for the week, it's Nipsey for the month. I have enough for really 2 months because I'm gonna run it back because Nipsey was that influential in my life. But it's just a bummer. It's a bummer, big time.
Kev?
I just think it's a tragedy, you know. We lost another young brother to gang violence or whatever it was, but yeah, just a tragedy. I didn't really listen to his music. I think it was after my time, but just hearing people, you know, and then they're videotaping it, you know, they put it on the internet, so they're exposing it. It's a tragedy, and then they're conspiracizing. It's a tragedy. That's all it really, like somebody got killed. Whether it was Nipsey or somebody else in the parking lot, I mean...
Okay, and this is what I was going to say, Kev. Showing graphic images of people that have passed, disrespectful. Is it something that we need to change? Is it something that should even be just prohibited?
What, of the shooting?
The shooting? They have footage of the shooting. They have footage of his wife running in and finding out that
I don't know if that stuff should be banned. Because if you're there, you know, you'd see it live in front of you, so...
Whereas the rest of the world need to see it. The rest of the world doesn't need to see it.
Like I said, I don't know, you know what I mean?
Because the guy has family. I'm sure his mom or whoever
But we live in a world
don't want to see that stuff.
live time, right? You know what I mean? So
Yeah, but I guess,
it's very hard to control something like that.
but I guess we have to be. We have to filter what we watch, I guess, because everything's out there. I don't know. You got to exercise some kind of restraint on what you look at, man.
Yeah.
I think so.
The internet's the wild, wild west, right? So it's very hard to censor something like that because there's no real control over it, and everyone's playing catch up to such a thing that's...
or wants to compete for clicks, so they'll put up like the most controversial thing.
Well, wasn't it the police? But the police put out the video, right? Because they wanted to catch the person, right? So it's kind of works hand in hand, right? So I believe, don't quote me, that the police did release the surveillance video of the parking lot shooting because they wanted people to help in the catching of the, assailant or whatever, right? So it's kind of hard. And if the police had censored the video, then we would be like, oh, it's a cover up, and you know what I'm saying? So
That's a fact.
Well, I heard that
it's kind of catch-22.
crazy thing I heard today was that the guy that was prosecuting O.J. Simpson is defending him.
That's his lawyer now.
Chris Darden?
Yeah.
He's not getting off. I actually hope he gets off so the streets can just keep him in a basement for a couple weeks and just torture him before they kill him.
But you guys heard about what was happening before he was caught?
The streets.
Yeah,
They were like,
his boy got out of the pen from doing 20 years, and Nip was just he was giving him some clothes from his marathon store, and they were just out kicking it in the parking lot, right at Crenshaw and Slauson, and apparently the cat that shot Nipsey, he tried to come in. Nipsey's like, nah, you're pretty much a snitch, you gotta go. Came back.
okay, wait, because I heard that story too. I heard that story too, but then I'm hearing from Nipsey's brother, and I don't know if it's his technical brother or his business partner, that Nipsey had actually just dapped the guy up, and everybody went to go get food, and as soon as his more man went to go get food, he shot him.
I don't know if that kind of makes any sense to me. Just by the way, I know, how, just from experience and how the streets work and stuff. What I heard was, he came the first time.
Right.
Nipsey sent him on his way, saying,
Yeah.
yo, we don't want to with you,
Yeah.
you're a rat. He left. Then he came back, they argued again. Okay? Nipsey sent him on his way, and when he came back is when he came back with the tool and popped him up, right? So
Nipsey hurt his
he
pride.
took it as
Yeah.
disrespect.
Right. And he was already supposedly he already wasn't mentally stable, and he was also known as like an informant to the
But no one
police.
knew that at that time, so we can't even bring up the mentally unstable part.
Right,
'cause
right.
No one
Nipsey
knew
probably
that
didn't
part,
know that.
right?
He
probably
went
didn't
and
know that.
kicked the guy twice, apparently. After he shot him, he went
Yeah.
up to him and kicked him in the head. Is that what
Yeah,
the
on
truth
the
is?
ground.
He
But
shot him.
that's-
He
but
shot him a
that's
couple
normal.
times. He
And
backed up.
West Coast
Nipsey was
streets,
on the
they
ground.
do
He
that a
shot
lot.
him again.
Yeah, I understand.
And then
I mean, like,
supposedly it was 5 to the body, 1 to the head, and then after that
bullets.
last shot, he went up, kicked him in the head, and then went on his way.
Because he was disrespected. That's how he took it as, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of a messed up situation. It's kind of weird. You know what I mean?
That kick to the head though is like
It's
that's your
disrespect.
hell ticket.
It's
For me,
disrespect.
that's your ticket to hell. That's like
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
yeah,
Kind
that's
of
not.
weird, you know.
That's not.
So
Why'd you need to do that?
You
because I
don't.
don't want to say anything bad about Nipsey, but Nipsey should have walked a little differently. You know what I mean? So
Okay, so
because
that's
it's not
the
his
thing.
fault. And I'm
That's
not-
that's what people are saying though, because
I'm
he
not
always usually
victim
has
blaming.
Nipsey usually he
I'm
always
not
has
victim
one of
blaming.
his bodyguards with him, but the day was just random. Like
Yeah,
his,
you're
his
just
boy got out
running
of
in to
jail.
just-
He's like,
yeah.
oh shoot,
Look at
all
some
right,
clothes.
fuck with me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come get you some clothes. You just did 20 years in the pen. Let me get you fresh. And it's just like that.
Okay, so let's talk about a man's legacy. Because you spoke about kind of admiring the outpouring of love and stuff like that, right? And I told you that I've only heard good stories about Nipsey. His character,
Yes.
his generosity, his
Yes.
stand-upness, not turning his back on his community,
Yes.
being an inspiration for his community.
Yes, yes, yes. I respect it a lot, and I feel like he died for what he believed in as well, right? So he didn't go out. It's not a bad way to go. And like I said, there's worse things than death. But yeah, like I said, rest in peace. And I never really listened to Nipsey Hussle. I didn't know much about Nipsey at all. But since he's died, and people coming into the shop and telling me stories about same things that these guys are saying, how he influenced people. He was trying to better. He's trying to make basically educate black people on buying properties instead of just jumping around with jewelry and all this foolishness. So yeah, that's a great thing, man. And you know what? I'm gonna check Nipsey out. I'm gonna do my research on Nipsey. Of course. So that's a profit.
They were coming from. You know what's
Yo,
messed up?
they're gonna torture
The streets
him.
was
They will
hunting
torture
him down.
Oh, I know.
I heard
but
that-
I was okay with that, and
I
I would have
heard-
been okay had they caught him
The
first.
police were racing to catch him because they
Yeah.
knew.
They knew. they
Yeah.
So
were gonna kill
basically,
him.
there was a hit. I wouldn't even call it a hit. It was the whole
Yeah, the
country
Crips,
after his
already
ass.
said he's a go. He,
Well, yeah,
it was a
Crips-
green light. It
Crips,
was a
blood,
green light on
everyone,
him.
everybody was after him.
Right.
They shot up the
100%.
guys. I heard they shot up his father's house.
Yep.
They shot up
Apparently, two
his
people
mother's
died.
house.
2 of his family
They
members
shot up
died.
another family member's house. Two of his family, the guy's family members got shot too. They were hunted from. The police were. It was a race. It was a race to get that guy.
Okay,
Everyone was
exactly.
looking for every
Can we talk
single
about
All of LA.
can we talk about Nipsey's legacy? Because ever since he passed, people have just been talking about just how much of a stand-up guy he is, how generous he is. Just people literally have nothing but good things to say about him. What do you know about him? What do you like? What made you rate him, especially you, Pete?
I just rated his whole come up. Like from the first time I heard him, it was probably one of my homeboys that passed away now that made me hear him. My homeboy Jay. And when I heard it, I just resonated with it. What he spoke about.
Yeah, you can relate.
I could just relate. I could just relate to what he was talking about.
And Nipsey wasn't glorifying gangbanger or anything like that. He just grew up in the lifestyle, and he was smart enough and intellectual enough to realize that you didn't need to gangbang all your life. Once you got your money, you could invest it, and you could flip money like that rather than flipping drugs. And he was there for the kids. He was building community centers. He had a couple basketball courts.
And this is what I want to talk about, because one of the things that pissed me off and broke my heart was people saying, see, that's why you can't keep it real. That's why you can't keep it real. That's why you can't go back to the hood. That's why you can't help out in the hood. That was like, that's insane to me. Because
the way he went out, people, like, I guess they could say that. Because maybe he shouldn't have been there. But that was his spot, though. That was Crenshaw and Slauson. That was his store. That was his property. So there's no reason for him not to be there. Yeah, it's the hood, but he was changing the hood. If he wasn't taken so suddenly, 3, 4, 5 years from now, that Marathon store would have blown up. That corner would have blown up. You know, the gang violence around that area wouldn't have been maybe as bad as it is now. And he was supposed to have a meeting with the chief of police on the Monday.
Yeah.
To kind of like settle things down between like pretty much all the gang violence in the area.
Yeah. No, he read Nipsey's email, and Nipsey's basically like, how can we work together to like solve the gang problems for the kids? You know what I mean? He said Nipsey was assassinated. Like that's the language that he used.
I seen that. Yeah, it's pretty much what it was.
Why do you think so many of our leaders die?
Why are they dying? Well, I can't help but look at it like if they're giving out a message that's against what the powers that be don't want to hear, and they're helping people, and like you said, they're talking about buying properties and doing all these things.
The hood.
Yeah.
Don't leave the hood, but buy.
The powers that be don't want that. They don't want that at all. That's what I'm saying. Is it a coincidence that Nipsey got killed and he was doing all these things? I don't know. You gotta ask yourself that question.
That's the language that the police chief used. Why do we kill our leaders? Or why do so many of our black leaders, or just leaders in general, why do good people die?
Because they speak out against the system, right? They're speaking to unify. Unification is strength, right? So they say unification is strength. So divided is weakness. So the way to get to us is to divide us.
Hey, guys, why do our leaders die? Why do good people die? Why is it always like the person that's trying to make a difference that gets brought down?
Because there's just hating ass people, man. Hating ass people. That guy didn't need to kill Nipsey. He didn't need to kill Nipsey at all.
To divide and rule is the only plan. They divide us and put us against each other. They don't have to do much. We do it all. For
exactly.
them.
We'll do it. Yeah.
If they started
we'll
that,
implode.
If they've been working that since slavery days, turn everyone against each other, divide and conquer. That's how you control the masses.
So, his word will live on forever.
100%.
And now that he's died, a lot of people are actually getting to hear his message. You know, his words will live forever.
This is Pete Cutter from Cut and Run. Thank you for watching another week of Chop Talk. Please subscribe.
Put it on my pancakes.
I did it.